come you say you will when you won't? Oh, baby, do, baby, when you don't. Let me know, honey, how love feels. Is the truth now? Is love real? Honey, don't.
Television, you're watching an episode of Open Air with Tom Remington, and lo and behold, I am Tom Remington. I'm glad you took a few minutes to join me this morning. I have a real concern this morning, and I want to tell you what that is. My concern this morning is for our military personnel in Afghanistan, Iraq, and, well, actually probably all over the world. But specifically right now, let's focus on Afghanistan. As most of you probably know, the military leaders in Afghanistan have come out and said they need help. They need troops. And if they don't get this help, this war will be lost. And the thing is, it's like I don't think we can do that. And here's the problem. They've asked for help, and President Obama has dragged his heels, and he's come out and said, well, we're not going to rush into anything here. And essentially part of that reason is that, he knows that from the Democratic side of the aisle in Congress, he doesn't really have much support for the war. And so he's got himself into a pickle. But, the thing is, everything else in his administration from the minute he took office is rush here, rush. We got to do this. We got to pass that. We got to pass this. We got to pass that. And now when it comes to the lives of American soldiers, he's dragging his feet, and we can't do that. From my perspective, this is what we got to do. We either immediately give the generals in Afghanistan what they need to win this war. Let's fight the war. Let's get it over with, and then get our troops home. If we're not going to do that, then let's get our troops home, because you're just playing games with their lives, and that's not fair to anybody. But here's the dilemma that Barack Obama has got himself into. It's easy to be one of these hindsight 2020 intellectuals, but these senators and congressmen, they sit in their plush little offices there in Washington, D.C., and they run their mouths off about war. And truth be known, none of them really know anything about it. And Obama was one of those. I mean, even before he became president, when he was senator, he was running his mouth off at the war. And during the campaign, he was coming out and saying that this war is not necessary, and we got to end this and get our troops home, and blah 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 blah. Well, the reality is, the guy became president of the United States, and I'm sure that once he obtained access to the real information that presidents use to make decisions on, he realized a couple of things. He was privy to information that he never had before, which influenced his decision making, I'm sure. And also, now the responsibility is actually sitting in his lap for what we do. And I think now his inexperience is coming through, because he don't know what to do. And as a commander-in-chief, you can say what you want to say about, Bush. We heard enough about, how awful he was and how terribly he ran this illegal war. But for the most part, the guy at least made his decisions based militarily. I know I might be exaggerating there a little bit, but more so than I think Obama is. And so now he's in a pickle, because I think think he'd never admit this, but I think he realizes that, this whole war on terror thing is a little bit different now that he has the entire picture to look at and not just the updated, intelligence information things that he was privy to when he was U.S. Senator. And, so it looks quite a bit different for him. But, again, he's facing all of those other members of Congress, mostly from his own party, who were, running at the mouth with their anti-war rhetoric, the same as he was before he was elected, and they're telling him that they don't want to fight the war anymore, and really, stop and think about it. We train our military, to fight in battles and kill the enemy and win. Okay, that's what we should be using our military for, but we're not, and we don't do that. We send them on humanitarian missions and all of this stuff, which is nice, but that's not what they're trained to do. And so, I say use the military for what the military is intended to do, and that's to fight and stop an enemy. And let's do that and clean up this mess in Afghanistan, rout out Al-Qaeda, rout out the Taliban, and let's get this thing over with. And if he and Congress don't have the spine to do this, then let's get them guys the heck out of there and stop putting more of our troops in harm's way and running the risk of getting killed because we don't have the guts to do what we should be doing. So that's the way I see it. My concern is for the troops. They're the best trained military people in the world. Let them do their job or get them out of there. And don't ask them to go in and fight a war with one hand tied behind their back. It's just not right. Anyway, so have a good day. That's my short show today, and I'll see you real soon.
Come, you say you will when you won't. Oh, baby, do, baby, when you don't. Let me know, honey, how love feels. Is the truth now? Is love real?